what's up? I got a new pedal board, all nano size, budget items. Really cool. I want to share some of those with you. So let's first talk about the order. And so here's a typical order that you might see, where you have your noise gate up front, you have your compressor after that, you have your overdrive, and then you have your modulations, something like tremolo, chorus, or flanger, or phaser. Then you put your time effects near the end here. You got your delay and your reverb at the end. And this setup, I'm using reverb on the amp. You can play around with that. You can mix your reverbs. You can have like a long one on your amp and a short one in the pedal, or you can stack those two. You can have more than one, and kind of builds this lush sound into whatever you're trying to play, especially if you're trying to get like a Jeff Buckley kind of reverb sound. So this is a typical pedal setup. Here's my order that I like to use. I like to put the compressor up front, followed by a lighter overdrive, and then a heavier overdrive. And then, because these all kind of make some noise, put the noise gate after that. And then I've got my time ones. I've got my echo and the delay, echo and delay right here, reverb on the amp itself. And then the looper here at the end, because if you want a clean sound to back you up, then you need to have all this off, and it'll loop that clean sound, but then you can engage these and play lead over top of that. So that's why the looper goes at the end. We've got the SP compressor by Exotic USA, got it secondhand, so it was a pretty good deal. And I like to put the compressor up front. You can do different orders with this thing. Compressor, what it does is make your guitar sound like more of your guitar. It's really kind of a boost. You can overdo it and it makes it sound a little unnatural, but let's just turn things off here. And this is with the compressor. This is without the compressor. I've got a noise gate on, so let me turn that off. So there's no compressor. There's with the compressor. You can see it just brings everything up. Now, I put the noise gate after the compressor, and I got two different overdrives here. Some people would put the noise gate up front, but noise gate's your friend, especially if you've got anything with single coils. It's got that 60 cycle hum that just won't go away. This is the Donner noise killer. It's got a hard and a soft option, and then you can tune it however you like. The true bypass there. This, I mean, especially if you engage some of the overdrive, I mean, right now it's nice and quiet, no hum. Turn it off, you get that, and that just drives me crazy. So I like the noise gate. I put it after the overdrives because they make a little noise all on their own, and it takes care of that. You could put it up front, but then you're killing a little bit of your signal going into the other thing. So you experiment with different orders and see what you like. I like mine after the overdrive. Got two types of overdrive here. So this is the Donner Blues Drive, and it's a bit deceptive because you think Blues Drive and it's blue, you would think that it would be more like the Boss Blues Driver, but really it's more similar to the Ibanez Tube Screamer, the green machine that you see a lot of people using. It's more similar to that one. So it's a little bit deceptive, but it's still pretty good pedal. The only downside I found here is that it really darkens the tone a little bit. So I had to turn the tone knob all the way up in order to get really to match the regular tones that were coming out of my guitar. So it's a little dark. It does have a hot and warm switch there. I've got it in the hot position, and so you've got gain, you've got level, you've got the hot and warm switch. So with this engaged, you get a little bit more bluesy tone. So there's without, there's with. gives you just a little bit of an edge, and so you can keep your amp on clean and kind of turn it into a crunch setting. So I've got it on about 9 o'clock on the settings there. So that one's just for a little bit of crunch. If I want more gain, I've got a clone here. This is the Moose Lady Golden Horse, a tiny nano version of the Klon. It's only about $30, but I really like this thing. A lot of these are $30, $40, $50. Really like this thing. If you roll off the volume knob, and it just fattens up the tone a little bit, gives you a light edge. So that's if you roll off on the volume. If you go all the way up on your volume, then it gives you this really nice kind of high gain sound. Turn up the gain a little bit more and you really hear it crank. Don't want to wake up the kids here. But you just got 3 simple controls here: your treble, gain, and the overall output. You can really crank it with this one. Let's see, if I put it on the treble pickup, you can get a better sense. There we go. So that's on the bridge pickup with that one. This is a Black Star. Yeah, I think it's a HT1R. It's a 1-watt tube amp. I'm playing here in the basement while all the kids are asleep, and I'm not able to get the volume very loud on this thing. I'm at about a 1 right now, and it really will rattle the walls. So good, simple tube amp. So if you like that pure tube sound, the advantage of this one, I've had the Vox 4-watt tube amp before. The advantage of this one, that you can get really loud on the clean channel. It has two channels and 2 voices with each channel, and with the Vox there was just 1 channel. You had like no headroom, so you couldn't get very loud with the clean sound for it. It would start to break up, and that was kind of the point of it. But if you like clean sound, you couldn't get it. This one, you can get really loud and it just starts to break up on that clean channel. So if you like bluesy kind of sounds, you can get a versatile range of sounds out of this. You've got your overdrive channel, but I like the clean and add the overdrive with the pedals here. So we've got the noise killer here. Got the Echo. This is a Outlaw El Dorado Echo, and you can attune it to get some different sounds out of here. You've got your echo level there. You've got the number of repeats, and you can adjust the time of it and dial in pretty much anything that you want. It can be easier if you have something that has a tap timer on it, but in this price range, kind of hard to find something like that. You've got normal, dark, and reverse modes in there. So especially if you're playing some leads. So it just adds a little bit of a trail, fattens up your tone just a little bit. That subtle echoey feel, you get that naturally in a lot of spaces with the sound bouncing off walls and things. And so in a weird way, adding reverb, I got a little bit of reverb on the amp here. Adding reverb and delay, ironically, makes it sound a little more natural, like you're playing in a bigger space. All right, for practicing, I love this looper here. It makes it to where you can instantly jam with an idea. You can see how it sounds. You don't have to mess around with your computer. You can just start jamming. And this is a Lekato loop station The only thing I don't like about this, it had a tuner, and I thought, hey, that'd be great. 2-in-1, you got your looper and you got your tuner and the same thing, but I can't really use it because, at least not from the stage, because you would have to bend down and push these two small buttons right here in order to engage the tuning function on that. So it's not really useful from the stage as far as a tuner without you bending over and getting down there, and at that point you might as well, have something on the headstock or whatever. I mean, it would work, but if you're looking for, stage, I would recommend a different combo there, but it does have a tuner. So if you've never used a looper, it works better with your foot than your finger, but you push it once on this one to record. You push it again once to loop, and then you can add another loop. Just push it, and it'll keep looping infinitely. Basically, whatever you stack on there, if you push it again, it'll stop recording. You push it twice to stop, you hold it to delete. So there's one I got tuned in here. So so you get the idea. It's great for practicing scales and just really jamming along. You can put in simple chord progression and jam instantly to that. You can do a little percussive sound, and it sounds like you've got some drums in there. So if you've never tried these Donner pedals, I think they're well worth the money that you spend. I mean, you get what you pay for, right? There's going to be something that's not quite right. On this one, it's the tone. I have to turn that all the way up, but it sounds good with the tone all the way up. So in this price range, the Donners are well worth it. The Moose Lady clone, I mean, I've never had a real clone, but this sounds a lot like what you hear on people who've actually bought them, and for the price, it can't hurt, right? Really like the compressor and the echo there. So, hey, it's my budget pedal setup. Hope it helps you in some way. Keep playing.